Luis Araujo, hello. You are president of Visit Portugal. Your country has accepted to welcome this first edition of this forum, A World for Travel. What's the meaning of that decision?
Well, it's a very important decision. When we launched our strategy for the next 10 years in 2017, we decided that sustainability would be at the center of that strategy. So anything we would do, public or privately, in terms of tourism, it would have sustainability as a focus. Since then, we have worked very hard to complete with these goals. More than 90% of our companies by 2027 need to have efficiency measures in waste management, energy and water. We need to have 90% of our population satisfied with the touristic activity. We need to qualify more our hand labor and the people that work in tourism. So we have had and we have a strategy and a plan for bringing sustainability to our country, especially to the tourism sector. So I would say this is a wonderful occasion, not only to showcase what Portugal does, but most important, to bring this to the entire world.
So it's because the organizer of this event are aware of those efforts you do in that domain. In your opinion, it's for that they wanted to be associated to Portugal.
Well, I think that the model of Portugal, of governance, of promotion, of investment, of training is very much focused on sustainability and on people. When we talk about people in Portugal related with tourism, we talk always about tourists, of course, but we talk a lot about the people who work in the sector and the locals, the ones that live in the country, in the territory. So I would say that the organization recognized that job. That's why we're doing this in Évora, a small city, an hour drive from Lisbon. But I think it's a wonderful occasion, not only to showcase Portugal, but to discuss the problems of the world. And we want to contribute more for the sustainability of traveling in the world.
So maybe that little city, as you say, Évora, will become the Davos of the sustainable, responsible tourism. You like that idea?
No, I think comparisons are not sustainable. And they're not a principle of sustainability. Each city has its role and its task and its mission, like each person. And I think Évora has its development model. It's one of the most well-known cities in Portugal. It's heritage patrimony for UNESCO. It has a wonderful university that is hosting us here. And I think joining all this together is the most important. Knowledge is the diplomacy of the future. We need to understand that much more important than building bridges, economical bridges, it's building bridges of culture, of knowledge, of education, of training, and tourism brings us that anywhere in the world.
Okay, you were talking about diplomacy, and I'm sure you need diplomacy in your other function because you are also president of the European Travel Commission. Can you tell me about your job, your action concerning especially sustainability?
Yes, of course. Yes, the European Travel Commission is an association that was created in the 50s. So it's one of the eldest associations in tourism in Europe. It represents 33 national tourism offices from the countries of Europe. And now I'm glad to say that AWFT France returned to the European Travel Commission after 12 years of absence. And we have a very specific focus on 3 areas. The first one, advocacy, how to promote the sector and tourism inside the European organizations. Promotion, how to promote, especially in long-haul destinations, the Visit Europe brand. And the third one is research. And in this particular field of research, we have developed plenty of studies that are taken into account by all the national tourism offices, for sure, but also by other entities all around the world regarding sustainability. We believe that the role of Europe, the biggest tourism destination in the world with more than 700 million visitors a year, 2019, has to be increased, and we have to be a role model for the world, for all other parts of the world, and even inside the European Union, in order to achieve a sustainable tourism. If we want a better planet, we need a better tourism, and this is something that we do in the European Travel Commission, very much associated with many other associations, both from the public to the private sector. We believe that this is the time, now more than ever, to restore mobility, but most important, to protect the European values. And ETC is very much interested in this, and we believe that tourism is the industry, not only the industry of peace, more important, the industry for the planet, that will do this as like no one other industry in the world.
Okay, Luis, thank you for that sustainable conversation.
Thank you so much.